Hello students, in this video we will continue our questions based on theory of machine. So our question is gear train in which the first and the last gear are on the same axis is known as. Options are simple gear train, compound gear train, epicyclic gear train and reverted gear train. So the right answer is option number D, that is reverted gear train. When both pinion and gear are made of the same material, then from the design point of view, options are pinion is the determining factor. Second option is gear is the determining factor. Next is any one of the two may be taken as determining factor. And the last option is criteria is strength of any one of the teeth. So in this case, the right answer is option number A, that is pinion is the determining factor. Our next question is Levy's equation in gears is used to evaluate. Options are tensile stress in bending, compressive stress in bending, creep stress or shear stress on flank. So here option number B is right, that is compressive stress in bending. Option number B. Our next question is in an automobile, the power is transmitted from gearbox to differential through options are knuckle joint, universal joint, hooks joint or bevel gears. So here option number B is right, that is universal joints. Next question is for a speed reduction of 50:1, which gear arrangement will be used? Options are spur gear, bevel gear, worm and worm gear, and the last option is herringbone gears. So the right answer is option number C, that is worm and worm wheels. Let's move to next question. Next question is the objective of crowning of the flat pulleys of belt drive is to. Options are prevent the belt from running off the pulley, prevent the power transmission capacity, increase belt velocity, and the last option is prevent the belt joint from damaging the belt surface. So the right answer for this question is option number A, that is prevent the belt from running off the pulley. So the main objective of crowning of flat pulleys is to prevent the belt from running off the pulley. It seems to be a good question and it was asked many times. So it's a important question. Our next question is the ratio of tension on slack side to the tension on the tight side after n blocks for band and block brakes is given as when nu equals to coefficient of friction, 2 theta equals to angle subtended by each block at the center, n equals to the number of blocks. So in this case, the option number A is right here, that is 1 minus nu tan theta divided by 1 plus nu tan theta raised to the power n, where n is number of blocks. I repeat, option number A is right here. Option number A. Our next question is which of the following is the condition of maximum power transmission for belt where T equals to maximum permissible tension in belt, Tc equals to centrifugal tension, Vmax equals to velocity at maximum power transmission, M equals to mass per length of the belt. So in this case, it is asking about the relation between the maximum power transmission for the belt. So here the option number, I will directly give you the right answer for this question, which is option number B, that is T equals to thrice of Tc, that is centrifugal tension, and Vmax equals to under root of T by 3m. So the right answer is option number B. I repeat, option number B is right here. Next question is in belt drive power transmitted is given by. In belt drive power transmitted is given by. Options are, okay, leave the options, no use of reading the options. The answer number C is right here, that is tension on tight slack minus tension on slack side multiplied by V, that is linear velocity. So option number C is right here. Option number C. I thought there is no use of reading all the options, so I just gave you the right answer. Option number C. Next question is, stretching in a belt can be controlled by. Stretching in a belt can be controlled by. Options are decreasing belt length, increasing center distance, increasing pulley diameter, reducing stress in the belt. So in this case, option number D is right, that is reducing stress in the belt. Option number D. Next question is, when the speed of belt increases, repeat, when the speed of the belt increases, options are the coefficient of friction between the belt and the pulley increases. Next option is the coefficient of friction between the belt and the pulley decreases. Third option is the power transmitted will decrease. And the last option is the power transmitted will increase. So when the speed of belt increases, the power transmitted will increase. That is option number D. The power transmitted will increase. And as you know, the power equals to difference between the both tensions and multiplied by velocity, which is P equals to T1 minus T2 multiplied by V. So here option number D is right. The power transmitted will increase. Our next question is, the cross section of V belt is. It is asking about the cross section of V belt. So options are circular, trapezoidal, rectangular, elliptical. So option number B is right here, that is trapezoidal. The cross section of a V belt is trapezoidal. The groove angle of the rope is usually. Options are 45 degree, 30 degree, 25 degree or 15 degree. So the groove angle of the rope is usually around 45 degree. So option number A is right here, 45 degree. When a belt happens to start slipping, options are it can no longer transmit any power as kinetic friction is less than static friction. Second option is it will still continue to transmit power with some slipping. Third option is power transmission efficiency will increase. And the last option is flat belts do not slip. So in this case, option number B is right here, that is it will still continue to transmit power with some slipping. So friends, when a belt happens to start slipping, then also it will still continue to transmit power with some slipping. Option number B. Compared to a belt drive, a chain drive is generally characterized by. So options are constant velocity ratio, absence of slip, heavier constructions, or all of the above. So friends, here in this case, option number D is right here, that is all of the above. Option number D. Our next question is, if the angle of wrap in belt drive is theta and the coefficient of friction between belt and pulley is nu, where T1 and T2 are the tensions in the tight and slack side of the belt respectively. So we have to give the right equation among these. So besides of reading all the options, I will directly tell you the right answer, which is option number D, that is T1 divided by T2, that is the ratio of T1 T2 equals to E raised to the power nu theta. I repeat, the right answer is option number D, that is T1 divided by T2 equals to E raised to the power nu theta. T1 divided by T2 equals to E raised to the power nu theta. That is option number D. Okay. Our next question is, the included angle in the V belt drive ranges from. The included angle in V belt drive ranges from. Options are 15 to 30, 30 to 45, 45 to 60 or 60 to 90 degree. So in this case, option number B is right here, that is the included angle in the V belt drive ranges from 30 degree to 45 degree. Which statement is wrong while providing the crown in the pulley? So options are the crown on pulley helps to to hold the belt on pulley in running condition. Second option is the crown on pulley helps the belt from running off the pulley. The crown on pulley helps to maintain the speed. And the last option is the crown on pulley helps the belt to running equilibrium position near the mid plane of the pulley. So in this case, option number C is right here. That is the crown on pulley helps to maintain the speed. Option number C. Our next question is the cross section most commonly used in flat belt drive pulleys is. Options are elliptical, rectangular, I section or circular. So option number A is right here, that is elliptical. The cross section most commonly used in flat belt drive pulleys is elliptical. Option number A. In a cone pulley, if the sum of the radii of the pulleys on the driving and driven shaft is constant, then options are open belt drive is recommended. Second option is both open and closed drive are recommended. Third option is closed belt drive is recommended. And the fourth option is drive is recommended depending upon torque. So in this case, option number C is right. That is closed belt drive is recommended. Option number C. The convexity provided on the rim of the pulley is known as. Options are grooving, cowling, forming, crowning. So the convexity provided on the rim of the pulley is known as crowning. That is option number C. Sorry, option number D, crowning. Okay, next question is the angular velocities of two pulleys connected by crossed belt or open belt are. Options are directly proportional to their diameters, inversely proportional to their diameters, directly proportional to the square of their diameters, or inversely proportional to square of their diameters. So in this case, option number B is right. That is inversely proportional to their diameters. Option number B. Creep in a belt drive is due to. Creep in a belt drive is due to. Options are improper crowning. Second option is plasticity of belt material. Third option is differential elongation of belt due to difference in tension on two sides of the pulley. And the fourth option is change in the coefficient of friction due to overheating. So in this case, option number C is right. That is differential elongation of belt due to difference in tension on two sides of the pulley. Option number C. The power transmitted by a belt is dependent on the centrifugal effect in the belt. The maximum power can be transmitted when the centrifugal tension is. So in this case, apart from reading the full options, I will directly tell you the right answer. That is option number B, which is 1/3 of the total tension, that is T1, on the tight side. So option number B is right here. Option number B. Our next question is idler pulley is used for. Idler pulley is used for. Options are maintaining belt tension, changing direction of rotation, for stopping motion frequently, for running during idling period only. So in this case, the idler pulley is used for maintaining belt tensions. That is option number A, maintaining belt tension. Our next question is slip in belt drive is. Slip in belt drive is. Options are loss of power, difference between velocities of two pulleys, difference between angular velocities of two pulleys, and the last option is difference between linear speed of the rim of pulley and the belt on it. So slip in belt drive is difference between linear speed of the rim of the pulley and the belt on it. So option number D is right here. Option number D. Our next question is sum of the tensions when the belt is running on the pulley is. So friends, options are less than initial tension, more than initial tension, more than twice initial tension, or half of initial tension. So option number C is right here. That is, it is more than twice initial tension. Option number C. Our next question is the average speed of chain on the sprocket is given by. So friends, in this question I will not read all the options, and the right answer for this question is option number B, that is P multiplied by T multiplied by N divided by 1000. Here P is power, T is torque, and T is number of teeth, and N is speed of sprocket. So option number B is right here, that is option number B. Our next question is the centrifugal tension in belt drive. The centrifugal tension in belt drive, options are increases power transmitted, decreases power transmitted, has no effect on the power transmitted, and the last option is increases power transmitted up to a certain speed and then decreases. So the right answer in this question is option number B, that is it decreases power transmitted. Okay, let's move to next question. Our next question is constant velocity ratio between two shafts can be obtained if they are connected by. Options are V-belt and pulleys, sprocket and chains, gears, or by universal joint. So constant velocity ratio between two shafts can be obtained if they are connected by gears. That is option number C, gears. Our next question is velocity of the belt for maximum power transmission by the belt and pulley arrangement is. So the right answer is option number A, that is whole root of T max divided by 3m here. So the right answer is option number A. Our next question is the brakes commonly used in railways trains is. The brakes commonly used in railway trains is. The right answer is it is used shoe brake, means shoe brakes are used in railway trains. So option number A is right here, shoe brakes. And next question is dynamometer is a device which is used to measure. Options are speed of machine, RPM of machine, weight of the machine, or none of the above. So friends, dynamometer is a brake, but in addition it has a device to measure the frictional resistance. So here frictional resistance is not given, so we will go with option number D, that is none of the above. Our next question is sensitiveness of a governor is defined as. Options are range of speed divided by mean speed. Second option is mean of speed divided by range speed. Third option is mean of speed multiplied by range speed. Fourth option is twice of mean of speed divided by range speed. And the last option is range of speed divided by 2 multiplied by mean speed. So in this case, the sensitivity of a governor is defined as range of speed divided by mean speed. That is option number A. And let me tell you friends that in these questions, don't mind the question number, because I have taken these questions from a book and I have just skipped the questions which are numerical. So because of that, the question number mentioned in front of the question are different and they are not in the sequence. So apologies for that, because I can't solve the whole numerical questions in front of this screen. So I just used to skip that questions and I take only theoretical based questions. So because of that, question number get disturbed. Okay, so hope you will not mention that and just focus on the questions which are theoretical, because these are also good enough. Okay, and everything is important, as you know, from the exam perspective. So our next question is the height of Watt's governor is proportional to. The height of Watt's governor is proportional to. Options are speed. Second option is n square, that is speed square. Third option is 1 by n. Fourth option is 1 by n square. And the last option is 1 by root n. So height of Watt's governor is proportional to 1 by n square. That is option number D. And let me tell you that the height of a Watt governor equals to, means H equals to 895 by n square. 895 by n square. So from this formula we can conclude that the height of Watt governor is proportional to 1 by n square. That is option number D. Which of the following governor is not spring controlled governor? So options are, we have to find among these. Options are Hartnell governor. Second option is Hartung governor. Third option is Wilson Hartnell governor. And the fourth option is Porter governor. So the governor which is not spring control is option number D, that is Porter governor. Porter governor. Because we know that Hartung governor and Wilson Hartnell governor are spring control governors, whereas Porter governor is a dead weight governor. So option number D is right here, Porter governor. The next question is, which of the following is the dead weight governor among Porter governor, Watt governor, Hartung governor, or Hartnell governor? So in this case, as I said, Porter governor is a dead weight governor. So Porter governor. Option number A. If omega 1 is minimum angular speed, omega 2 is maximum angular speed, and omega m is the mean angular speed, then the sensitiveness of a governor is given by. So in this case, I will directly tell the right answer, that is option number B, omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by omega m, that is omega mean. I repeat, omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by omega n, that is option number B. Option number B is right here. A device which is used to reduce the cyclic fluctuations, it should be fluctuations, right? I think fluctuations of speed and engine is known as. So options are inlet and exhaust valve. Second option is piston ring, clutch, or flywheel. So a device which is used to reduce the cyclic fluctuations related with fluctuations of speed and engine is known as flywheel. So option number D is right here, that is flywheel. Next question is, if Cf is the coefficient of speed fluctuation of a flywheel, then the ratio of omega max divided by omega mean will be. So in this case, I will directly give the right answer, that is option number D, which is 2 plus Cf divided by 2 minus Cf. Option number D. Sensitiveness of a water turbine governor is defined as. So in this case also, I will directly give you the right answer, which is option number A, that is mean speed divided by maximum speed minus minimum speed. Option number A. Pruitt governor as compared to Porter governor. Options are, is more sensitive, is less sensitive, requires weights of smaller size, or is more sensitive and requires weight of smaller size. So in this case, option number D is right. So Pruitt governor as compared to Porter governor is more sensitive and requires weights of smaller size. When the speed of the engine fluctuates continuously above and below the mean speed, then the governor is said to be. Options are stable, unstable, isosynchronous, or hunt. So in this case, the hunt is right answer, that is option number D. When the speed of the engine fluctuates continuously above and below the mean speed, then the governor is said to be hunting. Okay. So next question is, in case of flywheel, maximum fluctuation of energy is the. Options are sum of maximum and minimum energies. Second option is difference between the maximum and minimum energies. Third option is ratio of maximum and minimum energies. Or the last option is ratio of minimum and maximum energies. So in this case, the right answer is option number B, which is difference between the maximum and minimum energies. Option number B. The radius of gyration for the solid disk flywheel is equal to. Options are d divided by 2 root 2. Second option is d divided by root 2. Third option is d by 2. And the fourth option is 2 root 2 divided by d. So in this case, the right answer is option number A, which is d divided by 2 root 2. Option number A. The collapse speed of a rotating solid disk is given by. The collapse speed of a rotating solid disk is given by. So the right answer is option number A, which is omega equals to 1 by r under root of 3 sigma by rho. And here rho is density and sigma is yield stress. So the right answer for this question is option number A. Function of a governor is to. Function of a governor is to. Options are control the engine speed, maintain the speed of engine constant, store energy and give up whenever required, adjust the variation of speed by varying the input to the engine. So option number D is right here, which is adjust variation of the speed by varying the input of the engine. It controls the supply of fuel. So option number D is right here. Next question is the sensitiveness of the governor is equals to. It is a repeated question, so I would directly tell you the right answer, which is option number A, which is omega 1 minus omega 2. The sensitiveness of a Porter of the governor is equals to omega, option number A, omega 1 minus omega 2 divided by omega m, that is omega mean. Option number A. When the sleeve of a Porter governor moves upwards, the governor speed. Options are increases, decreases, remains unaffected, or first increases then decreases. So option number A is right here, that is increases. So when the sleeve of the Porter governor moves upward, the governor speed increases. Option number A. Sensitivity of an isosynchronous governor is. The sensitivity of an isosynchronous governor is, options are 0, 1, 2 or infinity. So sensitivity of an isosynchronous governor is infinity, which is option number D. That's why it is called sensitive. Next question is a spring controlled governor is found unstable. It may be made stable by. Options are increasing spring stiffness, decreasing spring stiffness, increasing ball weight or decreasing ball weight. So friends, a spring control governor is found unstable. It may be made stable by decreasing spring stiffness, that is option number B, decreasing spring stiffness. In case of a flywheel, maximum fluctuations in energy is. Options are sum of maximum and minimum energies, difference of both the energies, ratio of maximum to minimum energies, or ratio of minimum by maximum energy. So the right answer is difference of both the energies. So in case of flywheel, maximum fluctuation in energy is the difference of maximum and minimum energies, that is option number B. Our next question is, in a crank and slider mechanism, if omega is angular velocity of the crank, r is the radius of the crank, theta is the angle turned by the crank from inner dead circle center, and n is the ratio of connecting rod to crank radius, then velocity of the piston Vp is. So in this question I am not going to read all the options, and the right answer in this question is Vp equals to omega r multiplied by sin theta plus sin 2 theta divided by 2n. So option number B is right here. Option number B. Okay. Our next question is, transmissibility is defined as. So options are ratio of force applied to the force transmitted to the foundation. Second option is ratio of force transmitted to the foundation to the input force. Third option is sum of the forces applied and the force transmitted by to the foundation. And the fourth option is difference of force applied vice versa the force transmitted to the foundation. So transmissibility is defined as option number B, which is ratio of force transmitted to the foundation to the input force. Option number B. Our next question is, if the ratio of the length of connecting rod to the crank radius increases, then options are primary unbalanced forces increases, primary unbalanced forces decreases, secondary unbalanced forces increases, or secondary unbalanced forces decreases. So in this case, option number D is right here, that is secondary unbalanced forces decreases. So students, by this video we will end this, by with this question we will end our video. And keep learning, keep studying. Okay, bye.